What's up, guys? It is Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000, and welcome to my review of Naruto Shippuden, episode 313. Awesome! Another episode where the animation's better than the canon stuff. Good. Okay, now that I've gotten my senseless bitching and moaning out of the way, let's talk about the positives of this week's episode. Yes, it was a filler. Yes, it featured another reanimated ninja, or whatever the fuck it was, that we've never seen before, and yes, it was kind of strange. But there was something about this episode that hooked me in. Maybe it was the flashback of the characters that we haven't seen in a long time. Maybe it's the overall setting, maybe it's this character who apparently has the ability to control weather with their emotions. I speak, of course, of Yota, who is this really creepy-looking kid who sounds like a girl, but actually is a boy, and has, like I said, these crazy abilities to summon weather and use their abilities in battle with his emotions. And you get to see this first and foremost at the beginning of the episode. You have the Ino Shikacho team going up against all of these Zetsu clones, and then they find this weird little kid standing there, and it's raining like all over the place. And this isn't like normal rain, it's ninja rain, and essentially it's like weakening all of them, and then they find out, oh shit, this is that character we knew a long time ago, and this segues into the big flashback. And most of the flashbacks seen in this episode have to deal with the Ino Shikacho team, where they're just training in the woods or just sort of walking around, and this is like pre-academy days, or maybe like the early academy days. Point is, they're not Genin yet, and they run into this kid who is kunai to a tree. Don't know how it happened. Maybe they'll elaborate on that later. Then they just find out that he's this weird, freaky, overly hyperactive kid whose emotions just happen to summon storms. And they do have some ups and downs, and there are some funny moments which you guys should definitely check out. But this all eventually leads up to them having this friendship where they build this giant tree house in the middle of the forest where Yota actually lives, because Yota apparently has no parents or anybody else, doesn't even have any affiliation with any village of any sort. After the Ino Shikacho team, we go over to Sakura, and we get to see that she had some interactions with Yota as well. She actually followed the Ino Shikacho team out into the woods, and that's where she found Yota for the very first time. And then we shy away from that, and we even get to find out that Kiba had some sort of interaction with him as well. But they don't really show that in this episode, and it even hints that even Naruto met Yota at some point. And it looks like they're going to try to converge everything at once. There appear to be multiple bodies of Yota all over the place, and I've never seen this done with Edo Tensei before. But it's not too far-fetched. They could be just straight-up shadow clones. I have no idea. The fact of the matter is, a lot of the main characters, the Ino Shikacho team, Sakura, Kiba, and probably eventually Naruto, are going to have to deal with these Yota Edo Tensei things. And he's sad, he can summon rain, and it rains constantly, and depending on how emotional he gets is how much rain he can use. And then he can shoot that off in all other directions. And since it's raining all the time, it's kind of hard to dodge that move. When he's really, really happy, he summons snow, which doesn't really seem all that dangerous at first. Essentially, he just lets it snow really, really hard. That's about it. But his other interesting one is when he's angry, he's able to summon this purple lightning from the sky, which just strikes down. And he's attacking Kiba with that one. So Kiba definitely got the least luck out of all of them in terms of the emotions. What I can say is the animation here was actually pretty nice. I loved all of the scenes in the Konoha village, especially in the flashback, when they get to show the kids at the school and everything. It looked really good, and it had a lot of atmosphere to it. And Yota definitely made this episode. He's just a cool character, I think. Unlike anything that I think I've seen in the series so far. And I can't wait to actually learn a little bit more about his story, which I didn't expect at all. I didn't even think this was going to be a two-parter. But it's pretty interesting. So, should you check this episode out? Yeah. Is it a perfect episode? No. No. It is a filler. Technically, it's something you can skip. And there are a few moments that are a little weird, and it does kind of suck that the Ino Shikacho team really does sort of take up the bulk of the episode when they could have probably easily found a way to squeeze some of those other characters in. But it's got me asking a lot of questions like, why are there so many different versions of this kid? Why is he so important to all these people? And what the hell is he, first and foremost? And I like when I have to think about that type of stuff, because usually filler doesn't make me do that. So I did enjoy it. Pretty decent animation, actually better than most of the canon episodes. So I'm going to give it an 8. It wasn't perfect. Like I said, some of the pacing is a little off, and some of the characters get a little more showcasing. But I still think it's a filler you should worth checking out, if only to just entertain yourself for a half hour. It's pretty good. So if you guys did see this week's episode, how did you feel about it? You can let me know with your comments below. Remember, guys, before you leave, make sure to hit that like button, give this video a thumbs up. It's the best way to support our videos. That concludes this review today. We'll see you next time. SuperKamiGuru9000, out.